Hear now? Can you hear now? Hare Krishna. Here, let me, yes, now, okay. Okay, let me see. Okay. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Okay, good. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Yeah, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Oh man. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Listen to the chanting. Forget about the background. It works. I'm in the background, man. You can't imagine what it's like to be here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. This microphone a lot, actually. Hare Krishna. What do you guys think? Is it too much background? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Main thing is if you can hear, don't worry about the background. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, the sound will get lower at times. Right now, just coming. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Maybe I can go upstairs. Yeah. Okay, I'll go upstairs. It might be a little bit quieter up there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare. I'll go upstairs. Okay. It'll be quieter up there. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Take a trip upstairs. Let's see if it's any better. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Oh, very nice. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda. All right, let's see here. Read from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, what's going on here with this? Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam. See, I think it's Canto 1, Chapter 2. Divinity and Divine Service. Divinity and Divine Service. Yeah, so, just even that name, Divinity and Divine Service, is really important. Because that is given to human beings when they make a connection with the Lord's mercy through his real devotees, who are in touch with what is actually spiritual. Right? So you're given the divinity and the divine service of that divinity. See, and that's shown in this way you see devotees chanting in ecstasy. Yeah. So the devotees chanting in ecstasy, they're given this service to the Lord in ecstasy. And People don't have this knowledge. They don't know. Without having our eyes extended through the Vedas, we don't really know what life is fully about. It's about service. People, that serve others, and we have to almost serve. Everything is serving as best as it can. See, and that's when you break it all down. Later on, we'll get into Bhagavad Gita, the three modes of nature. Very interesting, actually, topics. This stuff is gold. This is the wealth of devotees. This is, and you got to get purified. You got to trust the process. You got to follow the process to get into these realms of truth. To find out our highest potential, greatest potential, which is divinity and divine service, even as human beings, frail human beings. We can have this boon, this benediction, if you follow the process. I like that. I keep getting this thing ringing through my head. Follow the process, follow the process. And so, if the process is outlined and people follow it, the result is service to the divine service to the Supreme Lord. And you really feel it. It's so different than anything in this world. I mean, we serve, you have to serve in the world. You serve your bosses, you serve your mother, your father, your wife, your children. You serve your animals. Right? Service. And the greatest service gives the greatest happiness, and this is the service in divinity. This is what we're about here. If you listen carefully and closely, you can learn that you can come onto this path just by hearing where it is. See, if you don't hear, you can't see where this path is. You got to hear it. You got to hear where it is. Okay? Because people are speaking other things. This is the way Maya works. See, Maya is the illusory potency of the Lord. Okay? There are three energies of God. This is what we learn in the Vedas. I learned this from the Vedas. This has helped my life tremendously. It has given me eyes, extended my vision. Okay? Three energies. This is taught in the Vedas. Three energies of God. One is his spiritual potency that most people are not in touch with. The other is the material impotency, which people are totally absorbed in. See? And people are what's called the marginal potency. They can serve the spiritual potency or the material potency. Okay? But most people don't know about this spiritual potency. See, they only know about the material potency over this side. So they tend over this side because it's easy. We're immersed in the material potency of the Lord. See? So in the spiritual potency is what is great happiness. See? This is the service and the divinity. See? And the spiritual potency has different qualities than the material potency. See, this all you can learn in the Vedas. I'm just telling you what's in these wonderful books. Nobody knows this unless you come in line and you listen to a bona fide spiritual master empowered by the Lord to teach this subject matter. I can't teach it on my own. I have to have help. Yeah? And that's the helper is the Spirit, and the Spirit of the Lord. See, so in different qualities, people need to know that. Yeah? The qualities of Spirit it's liberating. See, when you serve the spiritual potency, and we'll get into how you do it. See? You simply by chanting the holy name, you're serving the spiritual potency. Simply by hearing these talks, you're serving the spiritual potency. Just by hearing these talks, very potent service. You can go your whole life serving your friends, serving your family, serving your goldfish, serving your cats, serving your children. But if you don't get connection with this service, your life is more or less same old, same old. Everybody does it. Everybody just naturally loves their friends and their daughters and everything. And that's all that service on this side over here. See, the material side. You're serving the bodies. You know, you're saving the whales. You're saving the cans, right? Saving the bottles. Recycling. See, service. So that's considered the inferior service. Okay? Superior service is serving the spiritual potency. How do you know it's superior? It has its qualities. Oh, when you see, and that's why you have to see, you got to hear from elevated persons who are elevated to the service and divinity. See? Because this, by hearing, qualifies you, see, to serve that spiritual energy, that spiritual potency. See, it has different qualities. You serve the spiritual potency, it's more liberating, enlightening. See, it enlightens you up in your life. You feel very happy at heart. See? You become inspired. You have, a gusto. Your life is full of gusto, energy. See, you become intelligent, more intelligent than most human beings because they don't serve the spiritual energy. They don't know how to do it. That's what we're here for. Teach people how to serve the spiritual divinity, how to become qualified to do that very easily too, by the way. See? So what are some of the qualities of serving the material energy? We all have to do a certain amount of service in this world to our family, our friends. We have obligations, right? Yes. But if you're totally absorbed in that, then that's a very depressing state. Yeah. We need to also serve the spiritual potency. Okay? So the qualities, if you're fully serving the material potencies in the form of stuff, money, wealth, gold, you spend all your time serving like that, you become forgetful of the spirit. It makes you forget. See? It dumbs you down. Yeah, it makes you more conditioned by the material. See, this is what you get for full-on serving the material energy. But by serving the spiritual potency, which can be done simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, especially in association with real devotees, okay? Serving the spiritual potency is serving by hearing these topics of truth. This is absolute truth. The more you listen, the more purified you'll get, and then you become qualified to serve the spiritual potency in ecstasy. What did Jesus tell his disciples? Towards the end of the chapter, maybe 16 of Book of John, Jesus said, "You are clean by the word I spoke to you." Okay? That's Guru. That's a spiritual master. You have to hear from a person who's been elevated in consciousness to the spiritual platform. And they have symptoms. Yeah, they have the symptoms. You see a joy and a happiness and expressions that are uncommon, that are different than anybody. It's called ecstasy. It's called serving in rapture. It's a happiness and ecstatic devotion and bliss that most of the world doesn't even know. Okay? So these are the attributes. So to get to that place of being qualified to serve the spiritual energy, you need to hear. You need to follow this process taught here. And we're already proved that this works. Many of my disciples and friends out there, when they hear these scriptures, they swell up with the bhakti and devotion. When they chant the holy names, tears come to their eyes, or they laugh like madmen and women. See? That's serving the spiritual potency. That's a very divine happiness, very special happiness. That liberates our soul from the cycle of birth and death. Otherwise, according to the Vedas, we have to come back again until you are freed from this conditioning in this world, which is very hard to do on your own. Much easier to come into a disciplic succession with an empowered person. You know, this is they call a disciplic line, and you hear and and get and get purified just by hearing. It's amazing. That's the process, is hearing. So, matter of fact, here I'll quote a verse here. It's, in text number 18 here in this book. See, this is in this Bhagavatam. This is confidential knowledge that people don't understand. By regular classes on the Bhagavatam, and by rendering service to the pure devotee, all that's troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And loving service unto the personality of Godhead, this divine service, who is praised by transcendental song, is established as an irrevocable fact. Okay. So by regular classes on Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam is the truth. See, the truth in these transcendental books. So this morning we were talking about the Truman Show. And the Truman Show, Truman was being programmed by a narrative shaped by these like globalists. Like now, there's these globalists who are very much in charge of politicians, okay? Any places of influence, religion, these globalists, and they are disseminating through the mass media, right? Television, telling you a vision, Facebook, fake book live. You want fake book live? See, all these, it's all fake stuff. It's all stuff that's narratives to get an agenda. And it's a limiting agenda. It's one that nobody, if they knew what the agenda really was, they would follow it. That's why they have to teach it by deception. They don't tell you that, well, actually, we're programming you. We're telling you a vision. They don't tell you that directly, but they, people are so dumbed down, they cannot even see the word television, that you're being told a vision. It's all the same narrative, sculpted to what people, the globalists, want to see you do, and you act in the world according to their vision. See, their speculative vision. See? So here, we're also doing a similar thing. We're telling you a vision, right? Telling people a vision. But what is that vision? Is it something I'm sculpting from my speculation? People are coming and listening. It's like see, television, Gohari's popped up on the screen and he's, yapping away like those talking heads on the news media. All medias are saying the same narrative. And Gohari is sitting there talking away on there, telling you a vision. Is it something I concocted in my mind and that I want to use this because I want to use you as batteries, so I can, fulfill all my desires, see? And leave you with nothing. You're just a battery that needs to get recharged. You go sleep a few hours and then you get recharged so you can work. See, this is the Maya. This is the illusory potency of God. See, it imitates what should be done. The soul would love to do. See? But the Maya puts you in a very dark situation. It tells you a vision sculpted by materially motivated persons whose hearts are not purified. See, we need to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from the devotees' hearts are purified by this ecstatic worship. And they tell you the vision of the Bhagavatam, which is beautiful. It's wonderful. It's inspiring, man. It's enlightening. It produces eternal love for the supreme divinity and object, God. See? So I'm telling you a vision, or we're telling you a vision, me and my Lord, and the book Bhagavat. I'm using the book Bhagavat to tell you the vision. See, you know how they read scripts? They read teleprompters. They're reading a script to you about, it's scripted by the globalists. See, they're the servants of Maya. See, they got a script. They want you to basically, in essence, become a slave, their slave. You know, you're not able to think. You just obey, just comply and obey. Like in China, you know, the ones who are conditioned really properly, they just comply and obey. Don't think for yourself. They don't want that. They want a whole population not like that. See? So they're telling you that vision of limitation. Just be in fear. Just believe that we can shoot poison in your body and you'll be healthy. Be in fear that your body cannot handle whatever is in the air. Put your mask on and walk down the street. Stay in the car with your mask on. See, because you're afraid, because we told you a vision of fear. Okay? So what are the Vedas? They're telling you a vision, and I'm as just like these talking heads, they're spokespersons for the globalist mind, right? Mindset. And that is not very nice. Anybody has any intelligence, you think, boy, that's a real limiting trip. Who wants to live in fear? Okay? So, okay, I'm telling you a vision, but who's shaping that vision? Well, these are the Vedas, man. They're shaped by those who understand the inspired word of God, and they wrote these things down. They worship God. Bhagavad Gita 10:10. To those who worship that divine, do the divine service, I give them the real understanding so they can come back to me. I give them real knowledge. That's what you're hearing here. So I'm giving you that information, that kind of understanding, that kind of knowledge, programming that in you. Could be bad, right? I just tell you, right, hey, yeah, you know, they won't tell you that they're programming you because the result is horrible, is limiting. But I'll tell you the truth. I'm programming. You know, we're programming you. You know, I'm being programmed myself right now. Hey, man. You know, I'm telling you a vision, or we're telling you a vision. My Lord and you are telling you a vision. But what is the result of that? Expansion, greater happiness, greater freedom, the freedom to think for yourself, to even decide, is this really a good thing or a bad thing? Okay? Not saying, oh, you just have to assume this is a great thing. You have to believe it blindly, just simply because I say so. Otherwise, at the barrel of a gun, you will have to accept. Isn't that what governments do? They force you to comply. If you don't, they throw you in jail or they punish you. Okay? Here, I mean, we invite people. We're inviting you. You know, you don't have to come here. Inviting you to comply with this instruction, comply with this knowledge, comply with this path, and you will have a greater freedom, a greater happiness. You will become enlightened. You'll be free of this illusion. You'll understand deep secrets of the universe that nobody knows, that the Illuminati don't know, that the globalists don't know. Unless they come here, I'll teach anybody, man. I don't care. If the globalists, see, if I teach the globalists what I know, what I learned, what I discovered, what I experienced, they'll just naturally become better persons. They'll think about the real welfare of other people. You know? That ain't, see, so the shadow, see the way the shadow works is it imitates the truth. That's why you see, I say, hey, they're telling you a vision. The truth is also I'm telling you a vision. See, but I'm open about it. See, I'm telling you the facts. I'm telling you the truth. They don't want you to know that they're controlling you with their vision. I'll just tell you, if you come and you listen, you'll be controlled by this vision, but willingly. I mean, you'll say, hey, man, I just want to come. I like to be here. I feel more free. I'm more unburdened. I feel more ecstatic. I'm experiencing divine joy I've never had before. That ain't bad, huh? What deal you want? You want that deal out there? The Machiavellian deal? Or you just want the pure, honest truth that liberates you, makes you more free? Free of even religion, free of even being manipulated by these gurus. How they're just speculating on the philosophy of Guru Tattva. That's how they're gurus. You cannot be a guru by telling the truth. They will not have a position. No, no. See? If their followers were programmed with this vision, this word, these truths, which comply with the Vedas, comply with Bhagavatam principles, they'd be out of a job. You wouldn't have faith in them. You would see, oh, they're on the same level as I am. They're also not enlightened. They're just pretending. They're pretenders, hypocrites, sincere hypocrites. You ever seen a sincere hypocrite before? There are a lot of sincere hypocrites. Yeah, yeah. You know, they're serving Prabhupada or their gurus sincerely. You know, dedication is amazing. You know, the Lord sees that too. Yeah, sincere hypocrisy. I had one guru mislead two of my disciples and say, with tears in his eyes. And he was a nice guy, you know, followed religion and fastings and was a big thunderbolt, you know, successor of Prabhupada. With tears in his eyes, oh, 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 go away from Gohar Das. Come take initiation from me. And they were finished. See? Sincere hypocrisy. Anyway, this is how you get out of it. How do we overcome hypocrisy? You just hear the truth. You just follow the truth, the path of truth. That's it, and you overcome hypocrisy. You hear the truth. We program. We're telling you a vision of the real scriptures. The real scriptures are beautiful. Prabhupada's books are beautiful. The information in these books are beautiful. They have a wonderful, wondrous, amazing result. Yeah, this programming brings freedom, brings the ability to discern, the ability to analyze, you know, to critically think about life and about what's in life and what's facing you. See, all by following the process. Look, hear this programming here. I'm going to program you right now. If you want, you don't have to accept this, but I'm in the programming phase right now. I'm taking the book program. This is like the program. You know, the people designed, God designed this program. I really believe that. I love these Vedas. These books are my life and soul. I take this programming on board for myself. See, listen to this program. You decide if it's good or not. Oops. Oh, 18. By regular attendance, see, programming, telling you a vision of the Vedas. See, right there. I'm just telling you exactly as it is, maybe explaining it, making more clear, right? By regular attendance in classes. How can you do that? On Bhagavatam, on these truths. Facebook Live every day, 365 days a year. Trust the process. Trust this process. Trust the Bhagavatam. If you trust this word, you can check it. You can look at this. It says, yeah, by regular classes on Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotee. So the pure devotee is the purified devotee who worships the Lord in ecstasy and intimacy, in a mature stage. All that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. What is troublesome to the heart? You should ask that question. You ever feel troubled in your heart? Well, most people do. It's either more or less. Do you feel troubled in your heart now? You know what's troublesome to your heart? Ignorance. Ignorant ideas, misconceptions, speculations. They make your heart unhappy. Why? Because God is there and He knows, and you're not informed. Lord's very unhappy about it. And when you're willing to listen and follow this process, all of a sudden you start to feel happy in your heart. Ask Amy. Ask Tarun. Ask, who else we got here? Tuka. Ask Amy Rose. Ask Francis. See, that's the difference. You're more free. See, all that's troublesome in your heart starts to go. And you need to get a good taste. You got to have some exposure because we've all been bitten by this Maya, this illusory energy. We believed in her. We believed in him. We serve the Maya. We become unhappy and conditioned by this Maya. We become limited and fearful and unintelligent, less intelligent by serving this Maya. You notice the people been here for a while? Look how intelligent they're becoming. Why is that? They're serving the Lord in ecstasy. So this process works in a great way, in a fantastic way, in a spiritual way. In a summum bonum way. See, all that's troublesome to the heart, all that ignorance, all those misconceptions are purified simply by hearing, and then you just become naturally happy. And then, wow, I like to hear. You know how many people come here 365 days a year if they can make it, and then give classes on their own? Now, you got to be inspired to do something like that, right? I don't force them. I don't tell them you have to do this. They want to. See? Because their hearts, by hearing, has been removed of a lot of troubles. See, now there's more room for the devotion. See, and the awakening of devotion when you hear from your guru, when you even study these books or chant these verses on Facebook Live. Huh. is almost completely destroyed. See, and that's almost completely destroyed. Very significant. See, this unhappiness, this darkness in your heart, these troubles, a troubled heart, it goes to almost nil, and then the Lord doesn't even wait. He just manifests in you and finishes the job. It's like Jesus said, I'm the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. See? It's like that. It's always like that. The Vaishnava, the devotee, the realized soul, is the true vine. That's where you get true knowledge, true feeling, true ecstasy. Everything else is fake. Everything else is fake book. The Truman Show. Everybody's in the Truman Show. You're being controlled by narratives, shaped by globalists and authoritarians. They're like full authority over you. You know, it's interesting. I was watching the Truman Show last night, and they interviewed the globalists, and this is the hypocrisy. And this goes for these religious leaders too, most of them. So that's why you abandon religion. So the interviewer interviews this globalist type personality and has the audacity to say, oh, well, thank you for giving us this interview and for us interrupting your privacy. We know you try to keep your privacy so much, and we want to respect that. And the guy goes, yes, I'm very important. You need to respect my privacy. Yes, yes. But you see the hypocrisy in that? They don't want your privacy to be respected. And he said, well, actually, we have like 5,000 cameras in the Truman place, watching everything he does. See, no privacy for Truman, but all privacy for these selfish persons. So that's your rulers, man. And people, they elect them again and again and again. See why? Because you're an illusion. If you came here, you would be unburdened with your illusions. The stupidity of doing that, electing people that are going against you. You would get this strength to overcome that. Yeah, isn't that so hypocritical? How about Carl Schwab? You will own nothing and be happy. You will own nothing and be happy. But me, him, and his friends will own everything and be happy. Happier. That's what you get for serving this material energy, a good swift kick in your buttocks. And maybe you'll wake up. Come here if you want to live, if you want to find real life. Otherwise, the devil in your head will get rid of you. You see, Amy's come here, what, about a year or something? Look how she responds and others respond to these talks. This is because she's following the process. See? She trusts the process, and she gets to the point where she feels the process. She feels elevated, feels more free. What's troublesome to her heart is going. See, therefore she can share this. realization. You are making this all so easy. Of course, that's what it's about. The Lord wants to make it easy for people. The devotees want to make it easy. So come and let us tell you the vision of the Vedas. Yeah? The Vedic truths. They're very interesting. When you hear them from a person who that finds them interesting, very interesting, and not it is not just giving you a class because, well, it's my job, you know. Actually, I should be a shoe salesman, but I somehow wormed my way into becoming a spiritual master and a deliverer of fools who believe that I can actually deliver them. Yeah, Truman eventually broke free. And before that, though, which was very interesting, before that, the sculptor, the shaper, you know, the globalists in that thing, he said, actually, the world is crazy. See, these globalists, they look at people in the world with all their varieties, all their frailties, all their virtues, all their faults, as not being superior, Aryan. They think, well, these guys are useless. We don't need them anymore. Let's get rid of them. They're just like an ant to them. Oh, the world the way it is horrible. All this variety here of people. We need to get control of it. We need to make it conform to our vision, our limitations. See, they think like that, and they're in control of the world. You know, that's Maya's in control right now. Anyway, things may change. So this globalist in the movie says this artistic shaper, the guy that was looking like Karl Schwab, who wants to also shape the world into his idea of authoritarian compliers. He says the only people he really wants, Karl Schwab, I listen, he said the only people he thinks that he really would like to ideally have here is people from Taiwan, no, North Korea, and China, because they comply and they will obey. So the globalist says, oh well, actually, you know, everything in the world, you know, is disgusting. People are disgusting, useless eaters. It's right there in the Truman Show. Amazing. He says the world would be better for it to be the Truman Show. Basically, it's better that we have all our 5,000 cameras all over the place, looking at everything you do and controlling everything you do. Whew. 14.5 months. Wow. Oh, yeah. Wow. You see? Yeah. So when you start to feel exhilarated hearing these kinds of talks about absolute truth, distinguished from illusion, see, that's the highest truth. We distinguish it from the illusion that this is real, this is fake. This is real eternally. This is real for a time and then disappears. See, when you start to become purified, you become exhilarated hearing these truths. I think I got to stop talking for a while. Got some prescribed duties to do. Oh. Okay, my friends, we'll stop here and continue on a little bit later. Thank you very much for coming.